UX ranger, he is success supervisor, he has done. So huge knowledge he is having, a knowledge base that can help any other person to at least know about what Salesforce is and how it works. Our second speaker for today is Prince. Prince has joined us for the speaker in our previous events as well, and he is also working in Webcool software right now as a Salesforce developer only, and he has also done 2x certifications right now. He's just completed his second certification and planning for some other certifications as well in the future. So moving on to our first speaker, I would like to invite Naman onto the stage.
Alter tab yeah all open okay. Okay, hello everyone. Thank you so much Anant and Gaurav and this non-profit group for allowing me to speak in front of you guys. This is my first time, and previously I have been attending just like you, but this is my first time to speak something about these Salesforce, and just wanted to know how many of you are admin, working as an admin or as a consultant in your organization. Is anyone? Okay, thank you so much for basically I am an admin. I do not have any knowledge related to this development part. So whatever I will teach you or whatever I try to tell you today, it will help you in your admin career. Because, yeah. Okay. So yeah, so moving forward, just wanted to start with a few things related to Sales Cloud. As we know that there are multiple clouds in Salesforce. So Sales Cloud is something which is related to the lead conversion and having the product quotations, something like that. So we will look into the basic things related to Sales Cloud. Then we will look into the Outlook or Gmail integration with Salesforce. As you know that we do have a email, many times we go to the email and then we need to switch to the Salesforce to merge them together. So we look into the integration part, and we also look into the release notes. Just want to know how many releases are there in the year, in a particular year, which Salesforce do? 3? Yeah, good. So in the release note 23, we will look into the tips, we can say. There are multiple things which is coming along in the Spring 23 release. And along with the same, we will look into the multiplication authenticator. I believe many of you have done or trying to do in the Salesforce to get authentication. So we will get started with the Sales Cloud. So in this, we will look into the basics things. As we know that there are multiple lead conversion or leads from the campaigning, or we can say we just need to import a file to the leads. Because see, what happened, let me give you an example. Few people are here as a fresher, because they are not attending these kind of seminars or webinars previously. But what if we need to get the data from you guys and have to upload it into the Salesforce? So we gather your data as a lead, then based on your in terms of Salesforce hotness, based on your activeness, we will convert it into the opportunities or accounts or then contact. So there are suppose this is the person which comes to our webinar, and we gathered this data. Who is the person, what is the title, these kind of things. And based on the rating, let's suppose the activeness of this person, we will try to convert this, or we will discard this particularly. Let's suppose you came first and then you will disqualify, and then you will not continuing with us. So based on your conversion rate, or based on your ratings, we will convert this, and then it ask us whether this is the new account which you are creating, or you can choose your existing account, right? I believe this is the basic thing. Many of you are very well aware, but this is the main thing in the Sales Cloud. So that's why I'm reviewing it as of now. So once it's done, you can give the name accordingly and choose if it is existing, then convert it. Okay, but what if you want to convert this comment, or what if you want to convert some other standard field to the account, or is there possibility? Do you know how we can map those things, and from where we can map those fields to convert that thing? So this is the field and relationship in leads. This is the map lead fields. So in this, it allows us to map the field. If it has been, there's a limitation. Only standard field can map with the standard of these accounts and opportunities, not the custom one. So we cannot we cannot standardize the field and then map it with the custom one. So then it's a comment is the standard field, and it allows us to map only the standard one. So that's why I do not have any custom field here. But this is the main basics that we can map this from here. Okay. Then there are other things in the Sales Cloud, which is a chatter. Chatter is something, basically allow us to communicate between the users or the community which we have in our org. So we can post like on the Facebook or LinkedIn, we can post these things, right? We can similarly do it in the Salesforce. We can ask the question, we can poll like choices. We can give the choices, and based on this. And along with this, we can have, let me share it with you. So this is the developer, this is the, sandbox org of my company. So here you can see some custom object as well. These are the standard objects, but other are the custom objects. So in this, we do have a product. And based on the product, if the product is not active, then we cannot add it into the opportunities, right? Similarly, if there are multiple price books, let's suppose if the, let me give you an example. See, if this, in one of the price of the product is invalid, and then if you have other custom price book, which is having a multiple offer validity, or you can say having an active, you are right. So exactly. So we can do that thing as well, and then add this thing to the custom price book as well. Here we have the option. If there are different price book available, then we can choose that thing, and based on that, we can also Based on that, we can also give the currencies if there are multiple currencies available in the org. So these are the basic things which Sales Cloud have. Other than this, there are we will look into the reports and dashboard, because once the data has been done into the Salesforce, we have to visualize that thing into the report and dashboard thing. So how many of you are aware about the conditional formatting and the drill down options in report and dashboards? Do you know about conditional formatting? No.
How much sales are done in the current year or last year? Can be reported on the
No. So this is just a report which I has opened. That thing you are what you are saying is different thing, but in conditional formatting is something like highlighting a particular field, or you can say highlighting a particular. Let's suppose if our manager has asked, I want to see that how many of the records are less than 10,000 or between 10,000 to 30,000 or other than 30,000. So in this, I have created opportunities with a custom object report, and in that first we have to group some field, then the conditional formatting applicable. Conditional formatting allows us to see. Conditional formatting allows to give the details related to the number thing, or based total cost, or something like currency field or number field. Based on that, we can choose what are the prices less than particular number, and then give the color accordingly. Let's suppose if 500, I'm just giving a random number, 1000. If it is equals to 500 or less than 500, it will give us the color like this, or 500 to 1000, it will give us the color. So this is the conditional formatting, and we can change the conditional rules again and again. So like this, we have to apply that thing, and you can see the conditional formatting on the price. So something like that. And then drill down is an option. Sometimes what happens if we have to create a report based on the user, but we have to give only few selected accounts to that particular user on a single report. Okay, so for that we have to summarize that thing. Go to the run, save and run, or else run. Then remove this subtotal, grand total, and then row counts. So all the things is showing as a summary, you can say. And then we have to select this particular, let's suppose only 4 or 5 accounts we have to select, and then choose this. We can group by this on a name, and then apply. So see, on a same report, we can only see those selected accounts. So this is the drill down option. I believe this will help you to save a report on a single report and share it with the other people as well. So now coming to the, I have created a flow, and this flow is based on the opportunity record type. We do have a different record types, and as I told you that we have multiple price book. So what happened if a particular opportunity get highlighted and then become a super project, right? Because once the opportunity has been cross certain number, it converted as a project, and then again it crosses a certain number, then it will be a super project for us. So what happened? There are 3 record types: opportunity, project, and super project. So based on that, we have to change the price book as well, right? Because once the opportunity is like a certain product is a discounted rate, but in the having a 20%, let's suppose, and then in a super project we do have a 100% margin, right? So in a different price book, we do have a different margins or discounts. So based on that, I have created this flow, and this is very basic flow. You can see I have chosen this as a opportunity object, every time created or updated, no conditions, entry conditions, and then used as a fast field update, because we have to change it to the different project or record type has to be updated. Then chosen as a decision object, where I have been saying that please select the record type, and I do have a retail as a you can say a record type, and as second one as a manufacturing record type. So first I had checked that opportunity has to be there, then record type has to be there, then record type name as a developer name. You can see as a developer name has to be retail, or you can give whatever the record type you do have, and then how to execute it if the condition required are met, only when these condition has to be met. Similarly, I did for the manufacturing thing. You can see opportunity, record type, and then record type name. I mistakenly did. Okay. So, and then, yeah, for the other one is the other thing, like the default outcome is you can name as other. Like if record type doesn't match, then it has to be done. And based on this, I'm recalling the record types for the price book, which is a retail price book. Here I have given the condition as a name should be retail, and then all the records or only first records you can choose accordingly, and then where the data has to be stored, automatically store all the fields, like whatever the fields or the custom price book has to be retail, has to be automatically stored. Similarly for the manufacturing, you can see a name equals to manufacturing, and then I'm just requesting to store the first few details, and then setting the assignments. Assignment has to be the formula. Formula is like I have created the resource. Let me show you. This is the formula which I used. If the record type is manufacturing, get all the manufacturing price book details, and then if the record type is retail, then retail comes. So this is the formula resource which I have created, and then assign it to the same here. Okay. So based on this, what I did is like if the opportunity comes, or if the manufacturing retail record types come, then automatically it assign the same price book. Whenever you are updating a opportunity or you are creating an opportunity. So this might be helpful, because we definitely have, if you are using Sales Cloud as a platform, then definitely it will help you out. And now coming to the integration with Outlook. So for the Outlook integration, we have to go to the Einstein to set up Outlook sync with the Outlook or Gmail, whatever you choose. We prefer Microsoft as one in multiple offices, so that's why I used Outlook as a integration tool. Then here you can see Outlook is to be sync with Salesforce first. Then you have to toggle this as a right one, and then use the Einstein one. Get started. You have to authorize this, then choose Outlook. You can use G Suite, yeah. Based on your convenient, you can whether you are using for user level or you are org level, you can choose this accordingly, or you can choose this for the service authorization as. But as of now, user level, give the name. Both direction is like if we are emailing from the Salesforce or if we are emailing from the Outlook. So it will sync both ways. You can send by the days, basically filter by the days. If there are 11 days, or then when has to be connected, basically include emails within the first, basically. And then event, all the event has to be synced with the Salesforce, or related event only. So I just choose related event. And then if there is condition, you can provide that only this contact has to be synced, or other contact has not to be synced. You can provide these kind of conditions by giving the field. Let's suppose if the person has a birthday on 27, then only birthday person has to be synced with the Salesforce, something like that. And then next, okay, I choose the condition. You can give the particular user this option to sync with, or you can choose the profile level. Let's suppose business development manager profile. Give the domain if you have to exclude some domain, because there are multiple domains. If you need to exclude some domains, you need to give the customer domain, internal domain, or the email addresses. If you need to allow for other or for all, then skip this. Okay, so sometimes what happens, you have to choose for the yourself, or you can share it with others as. If you need to share it with everyone, so every people, those who have access to your contact, opportunities, accounts, they will see something like that. See, something like this. Or if you don't share, they will only see this. The email is not shared with everyone. Only those people those who have access for this particular email or record, then only they can see this particular thing, event or email. If you share it with everyone, then each and everything will be shared. And then finish. Once it's done, you need to go to your email, and you have to get add-on. I have already done it. You need to search for the Salesforce. You need to add here. I have already added, so that's why it's showing me as an added one. It will show you like this, or from the new one like this. And then once it's done, you can just click on the Salesforce, log in with your Salesforce org, with your credentials, and each and everything will be separately shown here. Whatever the global action, like creating a new task, creating a, you can see the global actions from here. See, new task, new event, log a feedback, log a call. You can do it from your email as well. Whether you are using a Gmail or whether you are using an Outlook. Whatever you are doing, you can do it from that particular application as well. And once it's done, you can assign it to your custom object or your standard object. Just you need to click on the log a email. And then once it's done, you can see that particular email in your activity timeline. I have not logged an email, so that's why it's not showing here. But once you logged it, the email has to be in the activity timeline. Now coming to the release notes. So release notes and release update, it's something like Salesforce, every time disconnect some versions, or you can say disconnect some APIs and then upgrade it with other API or upgrade it with another version. So in release updates, you can see if there is need actions applicable. So you have to take action on that particular thing, they will show you how you can do it by going into the get started, and then whatever they are requesting you to do, you have to do it from here. Enable the test run, and then you have to do it from here. You need to first read these things, and then if there is a security change, if there is an API change, this will be mentioned in the details written over here. And then once it's done, you can see this particular thing as a confirmation that yeah, I have done it. So this completed as a 100% one.
It's about to check to new update will be infected or again.
Exactly, because sometimes what happened, Salesforce disconnected with the previous version or previous APIs. Exactly. So this release update helps us to get updated every time. If it is in the need actions, then you have to take actions by a particular date. We have to complete it by 10th of May. Or once it's done, you can see it in the archived mode. See, like this, you can see in the completed archived mode. Whatever you do, it will show you like here.
If something is infected first, then how do you do?
Yeah, that's comes in the health check basically. Let me show you. I have already opened the health check. If it is impacted, it will show you like the critical one. See. If it has been critical, it will show you like this. Health check basically allows you to get the health of the Salesforce org. As of now, my sandbox is a 91%. But if I have been not complying with the standard value or my value, then this particularly percentage will be changed. As of now, I have been using the standard baseline. You can also use your baseline based on your custom baseline. You can say, you can see, you can upload it from here. If you do have a baseline applicable, then you can you can import your custom baseline, and then based on your custom baseline, this percentage definitely will change. And something is high risk, then it will be critical. It will show you like a critical thing, and you have to change it from added one.
We are just slow down some kind of infected in the
No, it will not slow down you, but slow down your org, but it will help you to get updated with the policies. Sometimes what happened, we do have access for the particular person for 3 days continuously without having a logout of 2 hours or 3 hours or 30 minutes. Then it will not. It's not good, right? It's not a standard practice. So that's why it will definitely not slow down your org, but it's not a standardized compile. So you have to standardize your org. Based on this health check, you can check your, based on this health check, you can see your org. Now coming to the release notes. So in Spring 23, we have an enhanced domain. I believe that many of you are aware about the enhanced domain thing. What exactly enhanced domain is, and why we are moving into the enhanced domain thing.
I think in future browser will not allow to use cross scripting.
Exactly.
Used by now.
Exactly.
In future they stop, and I think Salesforce has multiple domains where they store their files,
Right.
elements.
Right.
So that will cause an issue in future. That's why they are.
Not issue, but yeah, it will not allow us to go to the different cookies that are there. So Salesforce are come with the enhanced domain thing. They are enforcing it, but it's good that we do it by ourselves. So enhanced domain is the thing from. Let me show you. So my domain. In company settings, you can see my domain thing, and in this you have to add it and check your availability from domain standard. You have to check from, see, sometimes you create your developer org and you see that this particular thing as a CD 1, 2, 3, something like that. So that is not a standard domain thing. So that's why Salesforce comes up with the my domain or enhanced domain, where you have to give your company name to your domain. So you have to check your availability by clicking on check availability, and then once it's done, your URL look like this. If it is not been available, then it show you like, let me show you. See, if it is available, then it's available. I can change my standard or something, whatever I want. I can change accordingly. But if it is not available, then it will show you not available, because someone else has applicable that. Yeah. So once it's done, you have to, your domain will be changed. And you can also route your cookies. Some org, basically those who are not enterprise or those who are not professionals, they can route their domain by redirecting your cookies. You need to just click on this particular checkbox. This will help you to, use your current domain, but those cookies which are coming from different site, they can redirect to your org by giving the redirection checkbox applicable. And another one is multi-factor authentication. So multi-factor authentication helps you to secure your org. No one can log in other than you. If you only allow us by giving the approval from your mobile or from your Salesforce authentication application, then only that particular person can use your org. So how you can do it? So for multi-factor authentication, you have to create a permission set. I just give them name as a MFA authentication, and go with the system permission. In system permission, you do have this is the permission which you have to click on. This is the multi-factor authentication for user interface logins. So once it's done, you need to give the assignment to your particular users. Basically, it is been enforcing by Salesforce, but it's good that you can do it by yourself, because you just need to create a permission set for this and then assign it for the multiple users. And it's good that these assignments comes with the expiry date as well. Previously that was not there in the Salesforce. So once it's done, you need to go to their Salesforce mobile and download the authentication application for Salesforce and connect your org by giving the two-phase details. If you are facing any kind of difficulties, I can help you out with that. Those two words, by clicking on the add account, this will help. This will show you the two-phase word, something like that, and then it will automatically get connected with your org. And then dynamic forms. So dynamic forms previously with standard objects, but now they are coming with the lead and case object as well. What exactly dynamic forms are and why dynamic forms are best as per the record details component? Can anyone help me with this?
I think dynamic forms help us to get some fields which are dependent to other fields.
Okay.
So suppose you want to show a field where user put something, some particular field.
Okay.
Let's suppose that if it will country detail, then come state details.
Okay.
So by using dynamic form, we can get that.
Basically, we can show conditionally as
Conditional anxiety. Yeah, that is the right thing, because dynamic forms comes with the filter thing. So based on that particular filter, we can, we do not have to go to the page layout to give the filter thing. But in the dynamic form, this is the dynamic details form. If it, let me show you, I believe I am not using. Yeah. So as of now, this is not being used as a dynamic one. You need to upgrade this by clicking on the upgrade. You can use it from the scrap, or you can create a new, just like whatever the page layout you do have, you can use that particular thing and then finish. So it will see, it somehow changes. The previous detail page and this particular dynamic is different, and use the filter.
Is there any limit on this? How many conditions it can have?
I am not sure as of now, but I will check. I don't think so that there might be any condition.
Yeah, because we have used up till 4.
Okay.
They haven't checked the maximum.
Okay, I will definitely look into. So other than this, and view, record and sharing access detail. So these are the screenshot which I have taken from the enterprise edition, that is the production org. So I cannot share those details, but these are the product screenshots. Is it visible? Yeah, okay. So view, record, sharing is something like in an opportunity, you do have a team, right? Which particular record you have to share it with your particular team member. So you do have to add that particular user in your team, opportunity team. Then only that particular user can see that record. But in this particular update, this sharing hierarchy or sharing thing comes up. Sharing hierarchy is something like which can tell you like who have a access of reading or editing a particular record. Okay, and similarly in the upcoming release, field tracking is being activated for activities and tasks or events. Previously, that has not been the case in task or event, but in upcoming release, this is going to become. You just need to go to the object manager, task, and then see the active record hierarchy history, and then set the history record. What it will show you, like who had done changes to particular field and which date. So this will show you in the task and activity as well, because sometimes what happened, we assign a task to particular user and they did something, but we are not sure what they did. It will only show you the last modified date or last modified by, but not sure what exactly the field has been changed. So the last value for the field and what or is the new value for the field. And yeah, migrate to flow. I believe that many of you have already been using this migrate to flow thing, but it has a limitation that it's not convert the today function, because if you try to convert the flow from workflow to flow, only those thing which let me show you, like, right. So you need to go to the workflow, and then you can see there are multiple workflows which are now going to be deactivated from workflow, but in near future, not sure when, you need to migrate it with the flow. So you need to click on the migrate to flow. If I am trying to use with the task created which has a today day function, and then try to migrate this flow, it's done because it's not using today function. You need to switch the activation. Switch the activation is like you need to deactivate the workflow and then activate the flow. It's done. So, and then similarly, if okay, something like this, I have see. So I have been looking into this. See, this particular workflow is using the today function. Today function is like when the task is being done by today. I have used that particular workflow in a today thing. So then this particular workflow is not being converted by migrate to flow. So these kind of some limitations are there. That's why migrate to flow is not being recognized or in a broader level, or this is not being suggested by everyone. Okay. And then dynamic forms for the standard object, this has been already. And then now they are coming with the report and dashboard with user filter. As we know that for a particular report, we need to filter it with the username. Let's suppose X person has a particular account, and we need to filter with this that how many account owner is this X person hold, or what are the opportunities of this particular X person. So we need to use this X as a filter which contains or which has the filter equals to. But now they are coming with the user filter. Let me quickly go to the report. Let me use. In Sandbox, this has not been the case because I cannot use this filter, but in Enterprise, definitely. So see, if I have to use this particular filter, who is the owner or who had created this, so I used to have this operator which I can use as a equal one, or which I can use as a contain one, and then have to give the X person name. Then only I can apply. But in Enterprise Edition, they are coming with this user filter. So whenever you use this particular filter, they will definitely come up with the, let's suppose you logged in and you see this particular report, it will show you the same report, and then another person open this same report, it will show their account or opportunities. So this filters comes like this. So you can see user. And report dashboard subscription, we have this particular thing, but we are not sure who had the subscription and how many subscriptions are there, right? So this comes up with this particular update that there are total records, this has been subscribed, and these particular are the person user, they have subscribed this. And now we know that we can share the email from the Salesforce, but we can only did for the few email, but now we can send up to 250 emails per hour. So the hourly limit for the email has been updated for 250 email. Dynamic activity composer is like we do have an activity timeline, right? And then we can see the mobile number, email address from that particular activity timeline only by just giving the hover of the account or user. We can see the business phone number or something, mobile phone number like this. And now we can also provide the guided experience for the importing of the contacts or leads to the user. As an admin, we know these things, but for the user, sometimes what happened, we are not available on the organization, we are not coming today. So we ask other colleagues that please do this on behalf of us. So we provide this particular guided experience to that particular unknown person. Based on this, they can sync with the Google, Microsoft Drive. They can import the CSV file. They can import or update or export by using this guided experience, step by step, just like the screen flow. So this update is coming along. And now this collection is something to 2 or 3 different joint reports. Are you aware about the joint reports? Right. Similarly, we do have a collection coming along. So collection help you to visualize 2 different reports on a single platform. So these are the dynamic spring release notes tips. I can say some of them are already been aware, but some of are, I believe, new. So with this, I would like to thank you. Yep. Yep.
Few questions. Like for the dynamic forms, would that take much more load time or something like that?
Yeah, it impact the performance page. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
Also, there was one more thing like enhanced domains. So correct me if I am wrong. Wasn't there also one requirement where we need domains so that lightning components could work? Like my domain was required.
Yeah, because sometimes what happen without my domain, right? So the components are not working that much perfectly, you can say.
Basically, my question is like, are these two things correlated or same?
No,
Like
no,
enhanced. Okay,
no.
what is the difference there?
Component is different. Component is
Like the my domains that we need for Aura components or Lightning components to work, and the enhanced domain part that this new enhancement has been coming up through released by the Salesforce. So what was the purpose? Like how the my domains for the Aura component is different than the enhanced domain?
so first thing. My domain for the Salesforce org is only helping you to cross cookies thing. If there are multiple traffic coming along in your org, then it will help you to rectify those cookies and accept all the things if you are using the my domain or enhanced domain thing. And for the component thing, I am not sure about it because this is something related to the LWC component. But that LWC and this enhanced domain is totally different. Yeah.
And the but we need to edit the domain in the
CPT?
security part.
Security. Yeah, enhanced domain is the security part thing. Exactly. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, I actually had a question about the dynamic forms we were talking about.
Okay.
So they are the feature is really cool. It helps with like typical client requirements, but I always get an error saying that some required field is missing, and I can't. I've been trying a lot. I can't seem to find that required field. If you can help me with that.
See, might be possible that you need to check with the, let me go it right away. Might be there are filters which has been applicable. You need to go to the page, lighting page, and check with the filter. If that filters, see this component visibility filter. If this has been applicable, then because filters comes with the asterisk mark, and that asterisk is something required thing. And based on this particular page, you cannot see that which field is being required backend.
From the page layout.
Yeah, from the page layout, this is not been required. But on the filter, definitely that field is there. That's why you are not being able to save that particular record. You just need to go to the component visibility because this filters comes with the asterisk mark. Okay. So any other questions, or I come up with the questions?
Okay, just one more. Like, what is the criteria that you are showing on this page? The prices and value.
Price, oh yeah, okay, cool. So prices invalid is something like we have this as a light, you can see rich text area. Yeah, rich text area. And this rich text area has a component visibility filter. So we have used as a record type. If it is been using as a product, as a opportunity product, or as a project product, or as a manufacturing product, then based on their page layouts, there are different fields: offer validity, expiry date, or you can say discount offer, validity date. So something like that. Based on that filter, component filter, we have that rich text comes up. So that is what I told you previously, that there are multiple product and there are multiple price box based on opportunity or based on your different record types. So we have used that functionality as a rich text. Okay. Yeah. So I do have a small quiz, only 2 questions. Do you know how we can change our loading page logo? I believe that many of you are aware that if I refresh this Salesforce logo comes up. Do you know from where we can change? No. Let me quickly see. Themes and branding. And then you can use your new theme or edit the. See, it's a small thing, but see, if you are clicking on this checkbox, then it show you that whenever you are loading this particular page, then only the logo comes up as a brand logo. Second question is, can someone help me with the flow introduce year?
Can be told in the resolution. Can be told in our liking number.
Flow, Salesforce flow. When Salesforce flow introduced? In which year? Start with the 2000 then. No, 2015. 2015. Okay. So with this, I conclude my session, and don't worry about the quiz. Each and everyone will get the coupon code. You can use your coupon code with this particular month, and this is the $140 coupon code. Okay, and I request Anand to share this particular PPT to each and everyone. Okay, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Anand. That was a wonderful session. I think a lot of you have some other queries also. If you feel later to have some queries, you can always connect to our speakers and also
Oops.
to us. These are our social media handles. Also, you can contact us through your page, through Twitter page. Now I would like to call upon the second speaker, Prince. Please.
Naman, can I log out? डेटा मिस हो गया सर इससे, मेरे पीपीटी का डेटा मिस हो गया इसमें। नहीं नहीं, पीपीटी पूरी कहाँ आ रही है इसमें? जी तो सर यहीं पे।
वही सोच रहा था तुम्हारी पीपीटी बड़ी छोटी पड़ी हुई है इसमें, जो मैंने डाउनलोड करी थी ना वो थी ही बहुत छोटी, लेकिन कितने MB की है? 79 MB की, इतनी तो नहीं हो सकती।
अभी तो थी ये,
ये भी 79
पता नहीं क्या किया इसने।
ड्राइव पे पड़ी है हैं? तो अपडेटेड कहाँ बनाई थी तुमने?
ये वाली देख लो, क्या पता ये सही हो, ये भी ठीक थी। आपने से यहाँ कॉपी किया था, वो सभी में चेंज हो गया है।
वो सब जगह से हट गई। ड्राइव पे तो होगी ना, ड्राइव पे नहीं की थी? ड्राइव पे से तो हमने डाउनलोड करी थी।
नहीं सर, ड्राइव पे नहीं किया था नहीं, तो इसने क्या किया है?
अरे किसने क्या किया? तुम्हारे सामने ही तो है, ये सिस्टम तुमने ही तो लगाया है।
ये
इसके
सर
बाद तो किसी ने कुछ
ये
छेड़ा ही
वाला
नहीं।
इसने पीपीटी खोल के सेव किया हुआ है,
किसने?
मैंने खोली थी है।
तुमने ड्राइव पे नहीं डाली थी?
नहीं सर, ड्राइव पे नहीं डाली थी।
यार बैंड म्यूजिक को तो कुछ नहीं कर पाओगे ना। तुम एक काम करो फिर, अपना सीधा इसको बोलते हुए जो तुम्हें करके दिखाना है वहाँ से करके दिखाओ। पीपीटी में बस इतना ही रखो कि ये मेरा प्रेजेंटेशन टॉपिक इस पे है और इतना करके दिखा दो, ठीक है? लेकिन गई कहाँ तुम्हारी, कहाँ थी?
पता सर, यहाँ डेस्कटॉप पे थी, मैं बता रहा हूँ, ये डेस्कटॉप पे थी।
देखो अगर डेस्कटॉप पे कब रखी थी तुमने?
आज सुबह भी रखी है मैंने, और वही सेम फाइल मैंने कॉपी की थी यहाँ से।
मुझे लग रहा है तुमने कोई गलत फाइल कॉपी कर ली और हर जगह फिर रिप्लेस कर दी। लास्ट कब खोल के देखी थी प्रेजेंटेशन?
जब इसने चालू किया था उससे पहले।
तब थी पूरी? कोई नहीं, अब इसको ऐसे ही करो। ठीक है, इसको इसी से शुरू करो, ठीक है? अपना करके दिखाते हैं।
Good afternoon to all. A warm welcome to all of you. And first of all, let me thank you all to come and attend this meeting even in this cold weather. As you can see on the screen, today we are going to discuss about the communication between the LWC components. So to begin, let me firstly describe the agenda of this presentation. We shall discuss how to pass the props from parent component to child component. We shall discuss how to communicate when an event is occurred at the parent and how we can capture that event in child component. Next thing that we will discuss, that is the custom event. You all must be aware about this custom event. Next thing, we will also discuss how the event propagation works from child to parent component. And lastly, we will take the question answer session. So be patient, we will cover all the question answer at the end. So let's start with our first point, that is how to pass the props from parent to child component. To achieve this thing, we need to do one thing. We need to create a public property inside the child component. And we need to use that public property in the parent component where we are going to use that child component. Let me describe this thing using the code. Is my screen visible or should I need to zoom in? Okay. Is it? Okay. So you can see that I have a EMP ID property that is decorated with API. And you all know that API basically exposes the property to parent. This EMP ID will be available to the parent component directly. So we can use this EMP ID in the parent component. Let me go and show you the parent HTML file. Here you can see that I have used this child component and I have used this public property EMP ID here, and I have passed the employee ID in that property, in that prop, and this EMP ID will be available to this child component. So we can use this EMP ID further, right? So in this manner our first point is covered. What was that? It was that how to pass the props from parent to child component, right? Next, move to second point, second agenda. What was that? Basically, we need to capture the event that is occurred at the parent component, right? And we need to capture that event inside the child component. So how we can achieve that thing? You can see that I have this chain selection API exposed method, right? So definitely this method will be available to the parent component, and this method can be used in the parent component, right? So what we can do, whenever an event is occurred at the parent, we can call this method, and whatever the requirement that we have, we can perform in that method, right? So let me show you how I have used this chain selection, right? Inside the parent, there is a select, and in the select I have attached an event handler on the event of on change, right? There is a event handler handle EMP. What will happen whenever there is some change in the select, it will go and execute this event handler. Let me show you this event handler, this handle EMP. For that we need to go inside the parent.js. Here you can see that in this event handler, what I have done, I have just called this chain selection method, that was basically a method of child component, right? Because this method was API exposed, publicly exposed, so we can use this method in order to, pass the event to child. So in this manner, we can communicate from parent to child whenever an event is occurred at the parent, right? We can also pass the data. You can see that I have passed this true or false boolean value inside that change selection method, right? So in this manner, our second point is covered. We shall move to third point, that was custom events. How many of you are aware of this custom event kind of thing? So just help with this.
If you want to pass a value from a child component to a parent component, then we can use the custom event.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's a custom of, it is a property of a JavaScript, not like say AWC. It's a basic JavaScript property to pass a value from a child to parent. We can use custom event.
Okay. So there is one question, if you can answer. You are saying that we can fire an event, a custom event from child to parent. Is it possibility when you look at our normal DOM, in our normal DOM, I'm not talking about this LWC and Salesforce part. So in our normal DOM, it is observed that when an event is occurred at the bottommost node, it will propagate to top body, to body of the DOM. So this kind of thing is going to happen in LWCs also or not? Yes. How we can achieve that thing? Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So I think many of you are aware of this thing, but I need to describe it in detail. So you can see that inside the child. So let me discuss firstly what is custom event basically. There are basically two phases of custom event, right? First phase is to create the custom event and to fire that custom event, right? So that the parent can catch that event and do appropriate actions after that, right? So basically there are two things with the event propagation. First is fire the event and second is capture the event, right? So I shall discuss both of them one by one. Let me describe how to fire the custom event. Here you can see that I have created a custom event named select me, right? And this event has the detail or you can say the data part as well, right? And this event I have attached a dispatch event here in the line number 30 where you can see that in the line 39 I have dispatched the event. That firing the event is basically a dispatching the event from the child. Now what will happen if there is some parent over this child component, that parent will capture this event, right? So capturing will go in such a manner that in the parent HTML part you need to put on custom event name on the child component in the parent. Let me show you. Here you can see that I have a child component and inside it there I have put this on select me, right? So what will happen whenever the event is dispatched from the child, it will automatically captured here and the event handler will be executed accordingly. Let me go and illustrate about this event handler also. So inside this event handler, handle select me. You can see that I have this event object, right? So whichever the data that we passed from the event, that data will be received in this event, right? So here I have captured this event, and in the event or detail part, I have the detail value that I passed from the child component, right? So one thing that I asked, what's your name? Nabil. Nabil said that there is a bubbling kind of concept using which we can, bubbles the event even after the parent to grandparent and so on, right? So let me describe what is bubbling basically. By default, if there is 3 levels of hierarchy, right? So if innermost child fired an event, it will only be able to capture just above that child component. It will not be able to propagate after or beyond that parent, right? So grandparent will not be able to capture that event. If we set the bubbles to true, let me describe that thing. Whenever we create this custom event, we need to pass these bubbles to true. If we pass these bubbles to true, what will happen? Now it can propagate to the end of the shadow DOM. Again, one question for you. If you set the bubbles true, right? So will it be able to reach to the body of the DOM? If an event is occurred at the child, let's say child name is A, right? And above the child there are 2 or 3 hierarchy. So if I set the bubbles to true, will the event be able to propagate till the body of the DOM?
Yeah, I think yes. You have to handle, I think, suppose with 3-level hierarchy, grandchild generate a event. If parent do not handle in that scenario, the event will go to the top level, to the grandfather. Okay, but suppose let's say the middle one handle the event. I think we must have to use some tag that which stop them to passing.
No, bubbles will, if you set the bubbles to true, no matter you handle that event midway or it will pass to the parent, topmost parent, if you set the bubbles to true. So the maximum reachability of the event will be the topmost parent. It will not propagate till the body, right? So do you have any clue how we can do?
I haven't tried. I think, but it reaches to body for JavaScript.
No, there is one more thing here, that bubbles, and one more thing, that is composed. Yeah. So you need to set composed to true. By default, the value of bubbles and composed are set to false. That's why event propagation will only go to parent only, right? If you set the value of bubbles to true, it will go till the topmost parent, but not beyond that. But if you need to pass that event till the topmost body, then you need to pass true to this component, to this composed, right? So you can do it For your experiment also, you must have. Okay. So this is how the event propagation basically works from child to parent to grandparent, right? We will cover that question in question answer session, right? So in this manner, this event propagation works. One thing is that how we can pass the data, that already is covered, I think. There you can see that detail is there. Inside the detail, you can pass the object as well. And inside that object, you can pass the data, right? So that's it from my end, right? So we can have the query answer session now.
So suppose I want, so I have a child component, right? In the child component, I have, like there is one event, right? In the parent component, I have handled that event, and in the grandparent also I handle that event, right? So what will happen? So at both the places it will be handled, or it's one?
No, both the places.
Both the places. So
If you set bubbles to true, both the places event will go, right?
and both of them will handle it.
Yeah, if you have handler for that, event can be handled.
So at the grandparent component, right, we have to have that on and the custom event name, right? On select me, we have to declare it, right? It will work.
Yeah,
Okay.
right. Anyone has any question? Should I ask few more questions?
Can you pass array as well in the detail? We can pass object, right?
Object.
Object and value. We cannot pass array.
Yeah, we can also pass array.
Right?
Detail can contain anything.
Anything, right?
Array is basically an object. Array is also a subset of that object. So should I ask questions to you? So whatever I described, that was basically stick to related components. You must have noticed that parent and child are interrelated. So I have just discussed, just because of time constraint, I have discussed only the communication between the connected components, right? So can anyone let me know how we can communicate between those components which are not interrelated?
I think PubSub model, LMS. LMS and PubSub model. There are two things.
Yeah. So which one is?
So basically LMS is provided by Salesforce and PubSub is a third party library.
So which one you should use?
So basically depend upon requirement. So suppose if you want to communicate in a community, right? We have a community, and in the community page we have two independent components where we cannot use LMS. So there we should use PubSub library. And they are based on that event bus concept only. Both of them are following the same concept, event bus.
Okay. That's it from my end. Thank you all.
ये लगाने का फिर से
Thank you, Prince. Okay, I hope like you guys have enjoyed the sessions. Maybe I have been able to learn something from it, or maybe something that you can put in with your efforts to the community members, or maybe help other community members to join such type of events. I'm not saying only our group, but any group that is happening elsewhere around the world. You will promote them to join them and as well start their career in Salesforce. So have you written that we have given you a play card. Have you written your resolutions in them? Oh, you don't have pen? Can we have that, Neha? I think some of the pens have been provided to some of the guys. You guys, like it is not a forceful thing. This is not something that you need to do. Like it is a mandatory thing. But yes, if you get that motivation to make a resolution in terms of Salesforce learning or in terms of Salesforce community, maybe you are going to attend new community groups or community events. Maybe you want to be a speaker. Your goal would be to be a speaker in any of the community group in future, or any other thing. You want to join Salesforce directly, you want to join something else, or learn something, a ranger rank you want to achieve, 4x, 3x, 1x, whatever it would be. So whatever your goal would be, we just wanted that whatever resolution you make, you put it on your desk, so it will remind you that for this year you have this task pending to be done. If you have that, you can write it. If you don't have it right now, keep this card with you. Whenever you get that thought that, okay, I should start now, then you can write it and put it at your end. Like it's not mandatory that you have to do it right away today in today's meeting only. Okay. And Neha, also we have printed some goodies for you, for all of you actually. Every time what happens is we only able to provide goodies to our speakers and only some of the members. So we are not calling each of you on the stage for this, but I just want this Happy New Year goodie to be provided to all of you. So Neha and other team members may help you. You will get that. And any of you who wants to maybe summarize their or summarize their career path, or wants to speak to other members who wants to join us on a stage and speak about their future plan, they are most welcome to come and let people know how you have started your career, or if you have something that can motivate other people. So it would be a great input from you. So any of you who is interested to come on the stage and speak about their experiences or something they have achieved or something they are going to achieve, or whatever it is, they are most welcome onto the stage and they can proceed. Otherwise, we have already ordered the lunch, but it is coming from Zomato, Swiggy, so so ठंड तो उनके लिए भी हो रही है बाहर तो वो भी धीरे धीरे चल के आ रहे हैं, तो थोड़ा सा टाइम लगेगा. Okay, and we have Mr. Ajit Singh with us. He is leading the Noida non-profit group. Right now the event is being done for the Ghaziabad non-profit group. Mr. Ajit Singh is with other team members, is leading Noida non-profit group, and on 18th of March, on coming 18th of March, he is going to conduct an event again. I think Naman has already promised that he is going to be the speaker again, and maybe he is going to move forward with the topic that he has discussed. He will move forward with that. So a process of learning will continue in that way, and we will try to add some more speakers onto that event. Let's see how much we can be able to and what topic. It would be publicized. Their Twitter handle, Ajit sir can let you know what their Twitter handle is, or it's just Ajit Singh, and you can also search it with the Noida non-profit group in Twitter. So there would be a Twitter handle for that as well. And so anyone would be willing to come up on a stage and share something? I think you are the one. Okay, please join us. What's your name? Tarun. Okay. We have one of other member named Tarun as well.
First, thanks,
Please be here because you are in the camera.
as my first event there, I belong to Jaipur. Last year I was in Delhi. It's amazing community, we started the career engine part, then moved to in the DevOps things. In the Capero and also I'm working as a DevOps engineer and with the LUC part. And without the help of the community and all kinds of groups, we achieve the things without any bad things, which we provide by the Salesforce. That's a good thing for me.
I have a question for you. As you say that you have used Copado and you have worked with Copado, and as we know that Salesforce is coming with its own DevOps center.
Yes.
How it's going to affect Copado and how it is different from Copado?
It's a Kapoja have also launched the new way of the Kapoja essential part. It's related to things supporting. It's a study of DevOps things need to be learned and work on part. In future, I can say it's a combination of all the things. If you are using the Kapoja and some such companies are using the Kapoja thing and hire the Kapoja developer as well for Salesforce devs. Salesforce devs is other things. And the Kapoja have many things are coming already have deployed things. And you can easily deploy within the minutes, and some kind of things will be done by the pipelines release things in the Kapoja. As a thing, Kapoja will be introduced in the other things also be managed by Hit bucket, Hit all the things will be managed in things.
Thank you, David.
Thank you.
Anyone else would like to join? Okay, no problem. Like because we have some time, so the thing that we were going to do on the later half section of this event, so distributing some goodies. So for the speakers, I would like to invite the speakers again on back to the stage. Naman, please join us, and Neha, please. नहीं 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 अरे तुम